Hello guys, welcome back to Cassette for another bonus video. It's been a while since I've done another one actually, but here we go. Today in this video we're going to delve into other genres really. For the next few videos we're going to delve into some other stuff really, indeed. For some of these I'm going to delve into music, basically. So we're going to do two videos today and they're focused on the band Queen. Queen, I've loved Queen probably since the late actually, I started getting to really into them in the late 2000s. I did over time, and I've gone over them since. Before I've talked about Queen a couple times on the channel, especially on the Go Disc thing with Live Magic, Queen and the Beeb, and yeah, sort of thing really. So yeah, so it seems like a good starting point to actually, talk about these two videos which that my parents owned. That I actually never really noticed really. So there we go. I'll probably maybe see them here and there, of course, but it's different really. So two videos. We've got a live concert video and a compilation video as well. So yeah, obviously the title suggests what to expect. So first we've got is We Will Rock You. This is from this is the 89 version I've got really. So there are three versions released by the video collection. There's the 86 version, the Kaleidoscope version that came out in around 86, maybe late 86, I don't know. This one came out in 1989, part of the Music Club banner, and then another one actually that came out in 1997 or 98, which were individual releases that was released under VCI at the time, and I think it was originally packaged in a free tape box, cardboard box that was, with slipcases in actually, indeed. So yeah, and then subsequently in 2007 it became Rock Montreal, which people have done reactions to videos to certain live songs, Some Way to Love and all sorts really. So it's a well regarded concert. So what we basically get here is basically, it's basically it's the November concerts in 1981 in Montreal. These are sort of like the wrap up of the sort of Game, Flash Gordon. I guess you can call it the Under Pressure tour as well. Under Pressure tour as well, because Under Pressure was released in October of '81 at the time. It was. So we got this whole thing. I think it's more to do with the director Saltzman wanted to do a concert film, of course, really, and basically they end up filming 2 nights at the Spectrum in Montreal, I think it is, and yeah, obviously. What can I say about this? This is really a really good show. Very good. Queen at its best, really. Other shows have done that before. Obviously, you have good shows in there, but this is sort of well regarded as a good Queen concert. This is down to the songs, of course. In terms of big hitters. You've got Bohemian Rhapsody on here, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. You've got Play the Game, Another One Bites the Dust on here, We Rock You, We Are the Champions. You've got some other lesser known songs in there, lesser known hits like Keep Yourself Alive's on here. A bit more like a bit of a shortened version, but with a timpani drum solo by Roger Taylor on there. Stuff like Dragon Tax on there. Obviously Under Pressure, of course, which made its sort of live debut on here, which is interesting, between Freddie and Roger really doing the vocals really. So actually more Freddie does the vocals really. Other and lesser known album tracks like Let Me Entertain You, I'm in Love With My Car, and Get Down Make Love, that sort of thing. Again, it's a really good tight set list. Love of My Life's on here as well. So yeah, really good stuff indeed. One interesting thing about the VHS itself really is because it's a full concept, but it's one song missing, and that was the cover of Jealous Rock, which I don't think actually appeared onto the DVD releases. There was an early DVD release in the early 2000s, 2002, 2003 in the United States, which I think will feature on it. Also Rock Montreal, it's on there, of course, but also Flash and The Hero, which were recorded but never filmed, interestingly, and it's quite interesting. Even though I've seen footage of them doing it live in sort of like 1980, early 81 when they did South America, and so it would have been interesting to actually see that performed really. So it would have been interesting. The other interesting thing to know about this is that it's filmed over 2 nights. When you get to the encores, I think it's, when you get to Enough Amounts of Dust in the set list, Freddie's wearing tight white shorts because that was filmed on the second night that was, because apparently Tulsa and the director wanted people to wear the same clothes, obviously, because Freddie was wearing white jeans in the first show, which most of the footage comes from, and then you get in the second show he's wearing shorts just to mess with the director really. So that's just a thing there. It's not like a costume change. Well, Freddie did have costume changes throughout the shows, obviously, but I think what I found out when doing research on the this concert film, they had to keep the same clothes together. I know John, Brian, and Roger kept the same clothes on. They did same outfits, for both 2 shows. Freddie just changed his trouser wear really. So there you go, just to piss off the director. So there you go. But it's really good. It's interesting, like actually getting to do Style Queen, obviously, visually as well. So yeah, that's a really good one. It has been released before as well. There's some other good, interesting ones like Live in Budapest as well. Even that's a bit of a shorter version with some edits in there, a bit like Live Magic really. And then you had the Wembley show, of course. Live at the Bowl, Milton Keynes 1982. There's the Live in Rio show, which is a bit divisive on that one in terms of sound, really, on that one. Yeah, and obviously Live at the Rainbow 74, Live at the Odeon 1975. There's probably a lot. There's other shows as well that you probably would be interested to see, like Hyde Park 76, Earl's Court 77, Houston 77 as well. The live show from 1979, which is part of the concerts for People Camptura. That that's been filmed, but obviously quality's not the good one, I would say. But there you go. So there's more different things, I'd like to see. You probably like to see something different. It's like wow, okay. So there we go. Now we move on to Greatest Flix 3. So this came out in 1999. This is the third of the Soul Greatest Hits trilogy. This is. So the first one came out in 1981. Greatest Hits really album. Then the second one came out in 1991, so 10-year difference. And this one came out in 1999, this did. So towards the end of the 21st century, this did. Greatest Hits 3 is a bit of a weird hodgepodge in a way, because it's a mixture of, you got stuff from stuff that's never appeared on Greatest Hits 1, so like Princes of the Universe, Last Perhaps Day and More. These Are the Days of Our Lives is on here as well. You've also got the Made in Heaven stuff as well on here. So like the singles like Heaven for Everyone, Let Me Live, Too Much Love Will Kill You, You Don't Fill Me, and yeah, all this stuff really. So yeah, and solo work as well from Freddie Mercury, when he Living on My Own, Barcelona, where David Monster Cabby, and Brian May's Driven by You as well. There's some remixes as well, like the Ramix, which was released as a single at the time to promote this. No One But You, Only Die Young, the last Queen single to feature all original band members, and the Christmas song Thank God It's Christmas. I think that although I think that's like on the end credits, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a bit of an interesting one, because a bit of an interesting viewing experience, because having all this stuff, included, it's a weird mixture. The album itself is good. There's some, it's good stuff on it, but it's like, it's missing certain tracks, like Winter's Tale, not on both versions really, even though the music video was produced for that. There could be a lot of other stuff as well, and stuff for the Hot Space here is not on here as well, even though you got like Last Perhaps Day or More, Prince of the Universe from Kind of Magic. I'm trying to think of any other videos that probably have never been, surfaced really. So it's interesting. Or maybe something like the live version of Love of My Life, which had a music video sold to it as well. That was filmed and edited here and there. It's a bit of a weird thing really. Yeah, and Scammed as well for The Miracle. There's some stuff, hits, music videos and hits that have been missed off really. I'm surprised actually, which I I did a Spotify playlist a number of years ago. I did, which was Cassette 4, which is based on an old bootleg that someone did found actually, or someone showed on YouTube years ago, a long time ago, and try to make my own version of that, really, using the single remixes and stuff. Singles that have never been used. I do well, actually. Works well. Yeah. You've got stuff like, the Made in Heaven films, which are not very liked, really, indeed. I think the Torpedo Brothers have done well doing that, actually, mixing, footage together along with music that works better. The films, I mean, it's an interesting thing, really, but it's a bit of a strange one. That came out in 95, just like a promotional thing alongside the singles and the album Made in Heaven when it came out. And, it's been released on DVD, strangely enough, both VHS and DVD, a bit strangely. It's a bit of an odd experience, you come across like seeing Queen footage and music videos, bits and pieces. Then you see these little indie, sort of mini movie type music videos, really, in the mix. It's a bit strange, really. It's a bit of an odd experience. Indeed, compared to Flix 1 and 2, it goes well, it's consistent. This isn't consistent, it's a bit like over the shop, really. It's like watching, what was it? It's like, you watch like 80s pop hits, and then you mix a lot of like indie sort of techno stuff as well. That seems to be like, seem to be a bit more out there for a different crowd, really. So it's a bit of an odd choice. But there you go, it's how it was made, really. I was only 2 when this came out, really. So, oddly enough, yeah. And they never actually, they've probably never done like a 4th one before. Interesting enough, they've done the video hits on the DVD ones they did. So like Volume 1 and Volume 2. No Volume 3 yet, interestingly, because they left off. So it's basically, Volume 1's more, from 73 to 80. Then you got Volume 2, which is 81 to 89. Now we're just, there's a Volume 3 with the 90s material on it, because you got, probably like 5 videos from Innuendo, music videos from Made in Heaven, maybe not to fill a gap, maybe there's not much material there, who knows. There could be something, really, and only But You But Die Young as well, so you probably have like a few stuff on there anyway. Maybe the bonus material could be solo stuff, who knows. It depends. There you go. You have a lot of interest. There's a lot of like endings to this stuff as well, because you've got the Only You But Die Young music video, last one to feature Queen. You've also got The Show Must Go On, the live version from Paris in 1997 with Elton John and vocals. You do, and it's like the last performance of them performing live together. Interesting, when John Deacon retired after that, and yeah, it's interesting. It's like sort of like a little finale thing, really, in some ways. But the music's good. There's some good songs in it as well. Rather maybe just like listen to it, on the CD version, the album version. Never got the video version. It's a bit distracting sometimes in terms of the Made in Heaven films. A bit odd in places, but yeah. So there we go. So these 2 Queen videos I've had for years. I did get maybe 2 more. I did. I got the Magic Year. Well, my mum got them from a market stall here in Kendal, actually. I'd sold them. So it was the Magic Years Volume 1, not 2 and 3, Volume 1, and then Grace Flix 2. So the video album version of Grace Flix 2. Again, really good. Had nice booklet and stuff in there. I'm not going to show it, really. Well, actually, I think I did show it, actually, years ago, when I was starting the channel in the infancy. So there's a VHS bundle. So it's probably on there somewhere. Indeed. So yeah, I've really got nothing else to say about this, really. So I've been talking about Queen Will Rock You from 89 and Grace Flix 3 from 1999. So there we go, guys. I'll see you for the next video.